was the sign.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There was a hospital sign.
Welcome to another Real Talk Tuesday. So today you've just got me, John, and I am turning this into more of a takeover for Travel Nurse Tuesday. The sun is setting here. It has been a very, very hot day in good old Kansas City. And here we are. It has finally dropped into the 90s. So that's kind of what the whole day has been like. I think Kristen's car at one point read 111. It's pretty insane.
I wanted to do something kind of special for those people that are travel nurses or medical travelers at all. I know there's physical therapists and pharmacists and even physicians that do some of this. Wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the different places that I have worked, and I wanted to bring some attention to St. Luke's Hospital.
This is a very large metro hospital system that has 4 major hospitals within the Kansas City metro, but also has several outliers kind of around.
This is St. Luke's at the Plaza. So this is the official St. Luke's Hospital. If you Google St. Luke's Hospital in Kansas City, this is what's going to come up. We all call it the Plaza because of the surrounding area here. It's a kind of shopping center area, nice little stores and stuff like that. A lot of fun eateries and places or restaurants.
This is the hub. St. Luke's here is a level 1 trauma center. This is a magnet hospital. So for those of you that don't know what magnet status is, basically it has to do with the nurses being allowed to have shared governance with decision making that happens regarding personnel and hospital policies and procedures and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of a big deal in the hospital world. It is a teaching facility. We have a very large group of residents that come out every July from several different medical schools that are here in Kansas City. If you are a nurse or working in a hospital and you have never worked at a teaching facility, this is a major teaching hospital. Being a level 1 trauma center, for those of you that maybe have been like me, that's kind of a trauma junkie, this is a level 1, but it doesn't get a whole lot of trauma. You are going to see a lot of cardiovascular type stuff, a lot of strokes, a lot of that. They certainly can handle trauma here. They are capable of it. They meet all the requirements for it, of course, just to earn that level 1 status. But as far as like the big knife and gun club stuff or the big car accident, there are some other large level 1 facilities that are within a pretty close distance to us here, and those usually take up most of that type of trauma. There are flight programs in the city that come here. You get a lot of ambulance traffic here. The emergency department is right behind me. You can kind of see the ambulance entrance right over here. Above that is the whole Neuroscience Institute. A little bit farther down, there's a very large transplant program here. So if that's also something you're interested in or want to learn and get into something, they do it all here. They work with Midwest Transplant Network in terms of organ donation, and you get kidneys and livers and hearts and lungs and tissue of all kinds. They do all of that here. As you can see with the Neuro Institute behind me, that is kind of what this place specializes in. Neuro is their bag. It is their special deal. They do some stuff here that they don't do very often at I think maybe 1 or 2 other hospitals within the nation actually does. They have 4 different ICUs here. I have had the pleasure of working in all of them. They all subspecialize, and you are going to see the latest and greatest. There's going to be ECMO, there's going to be balloon pumps and all sorts of heart devices. You're going to see rotoprone beds and all the things that you would see at a big major hospital. This place is a 700 bed plus facility. It is big. There are multiple little campuses within its footprint here in Kansas City, and it's a good place to work. I'm very pleased to say that I felt accepted here. The staff was great. You do have the whole getting to know the doctors and getting to know the residents and that kind of stuff. Takes a little bit of time, but for the most part, really strong place to work. As far as travel agencies, I'm not entirely positive who all they use. I do know they contract a lot with Favorite. So Favorite is an agency that these guys use a lot of. If you do get an assignment here, the campus here at this hospital is huge. There are multiple buildings multiple elevators. I can tell you that there's been times where I've taken one patient from one area that needs to go to CAT scan or something like that, and you have to do 2 different elevator rides. So ask around. It's going to take you a while to learn the place.
I really enjoy this kind of stuff, and letting you, if you have questions about this hospital or any of these St. Luke's hospitals, or just Kansas City or any of the other hospitals in Kansas City, I have a fairly decent knowledge on several of them. This is where I grew up. I've worked at some of the other hospitals in this Kansas City metro too. Please, 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 feel free, leave comments below. Ask me questions. I want to know what you guys want to know about. So I hope to hear from you, and yeah, good luck on your next assignments.